The world is in the midst of a COVID-19 pandemic. As WHO and partners work together on the response, tracking the pandemic, advising on critical interventions, distributing vital medical supplies to those in need, they are racing to find a vaccine. Vaccines save millions of lives each year. Vaccines work by training and preparing the body's natural defenses, the immune system, to recognize and fight off the viruses and bacteria they target. If the body is exposed to those disease-causing germs later, the body is immediately ready to destroy them, preventing illness. Immunization currently prevents 2 to 3 million deaths every year from diseases like diphtheria, tetanus, pertussis, influenza and measles. There are now vaccines to prevent more than 20 life-threatening diseases. And work is ongoing at unprecedented speed to also make COVID-19 a vaccine-preventable disease. There are currently over 169 COVID-19 vaccine candidates under development, with 26 of these in the human trial phase. WHO is working in collaboration with scientists, business, and global health organizations through the ACT Accelerator to speed up the pandemic response. When a safe and effective vaccine is found, COVAX will facilitate the equitable access and distribution of these vaccines to protect people in all countries. People most at risk will be prioritized. What sort of progress is being made? Research is happening at breakneck speed. About 240 vaccines are in early development, with 40 in clinical trials and 9 already in the final stage of testing on thousands of people. Trials of the Oxford vaccine show it can trigger an immune response. And a deal has been signed with AstraZeneca to supply 100 million doses in the UK alone. The first human trial data back in May indicated the first 8 patients taking part in a US study all produced antibodies that could neutralize the virus. A trial using viral proteins to develop an immune response is underway. A group in China showed a vaccine was safe and led to protective antibodies being made. It is being made available to the Chinese military. Other completely new approaches to vaccine development are in human trials. Vaccines typically require years of research and testing before reaching the clinic. But scientists are racing to produce a safe and effective coronavirus vaccine by next year. Researchers are testing 44 vaccines in clinical trials on humans, and at least 91 preclinical vaccines are under active investigation in animals. Work began in January with the deciphering of the SARS-CoV-2 genome. The first vaccine safety trials in humans started in March, but the road ahead remains uncertain. Some trials will fail, and others may end without a clear result. But a few may succeed in stimulating the immune system to produce effective antibodies against the virus. One way to accelerate vaccine development is to combine phases. Some coronavirus vaccines are now in phase 1 and 3 trials, for example, in which they are tested for the first time on hundreds of people. Experts estimate that a fast-track vaccine development process could speed a successful candidate to market in approximately 12 to 18 months, if the process goes smoothly from conception to market availability. The pandemic has created unprecedented public-private partnerships. Operation Warp Speed, or OWS, is a collaboration of several U.S. federal government departments including Health and Human Services and its subagencies, Agriculture, Energy and Veterans Affairs, and the private sector. Within OWS, the U.S. National Institutes of Health has partnered with more than 18 biopharmaceutical companies to accelerate development of drug and vaccine candidates for COVID-19. Marie-Paule Kearney, a vaccine researcher at INSERM, the French National Health Research Institute in Paris, says she hopes that research groups working on this or other coronavirus vaccines will share more information about clinical trial holds in future. The transparency bar should be set much higher than this latest example, says Kearney. When ultimately a vaccine will be made available, public trust will be paramount to ensure public health impact. And trust needs transparency. Let's hope that by 2021, the world will be free from this pandemic.